Education. Answering the questions.
Number 1. How long did you attend school?
I had attended school for 11 years.
Number 2. Why do students pay tuition?
Well, some students have to pay tuition for colleges or universities. If they didn't manage to enter free department. So we have some free education and also we have some education with tuition.
Number 3. How can someone get a grant?
Well, you can get a grant if you are smart enough and if you take part in some contests and competitions, if you have some, I don't know, medals or certificates that can prove your achievements.
Number 4. Do you prefer to get a place at university or live at home?
I'd prefer to get a place at university. But unfortunately, in my students' year, it was impossible to live there, so I had to commute from Kronstadt.
Number 5. Why do you think it is important for someone to do research on a university they want to attend?
Well, it's important to do a research on the university you want to attend because you're going to spend some years there, and it is very important to choose the right profession, the right thing to do, the right area of knowledge, because I think that a lot of people choose their own profession, their own university, and after that they regret, and they end up working in the place where they feel deeply unhappy and miserable, and they think that it's not their cup of tea, but it's too late to change something.
Number 6. What year did you start school?
Well, I started school in 1994, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 7. How did you feel entering your first school?
I felt scared entering my first school. I don't know why, but it was hard for me to not to spend time with my family, as I didn't attend kindergarten, so it was quite hard. I had hard time going to school in the beginning.
Number 8. What is a tip to give someone to be good at math?
I think that to be good at math, you should be really attentive and you should be able to concentrate well.
Number 9. Were you ever required to take a course? If so, what was it?
I was never required to take any course.
Number 10. How important is it to do well in class?
It is important to do well in class if you want to get a good certificate, if you want to get good marks, good grades, I mean.
Number 11. What year did you get the best grades?
Well, I think I got the best grades at university, as I have as I was an excellent student, a straight A student, and I have that red diploma.
Number 12. How important is it to you to be a straight A student?
Well, for me it was really important to be a straight A student in university. I wanted to prove myself, just that I can do it, but at school and at college I wasn't a straight A student, and I had satisfactory marks as well. So sometimes I had hard time studying, and I wasn't so much interested in studying, I suppose. But at university I really tried to do my best.
Number 13. What is the worst mistake you've ever made?
The worst mistake I've ever made was not connected to studying at all. It was getting married with my first husband.
Number 14. How do you keep up with your classes?
Well, I kept up with my classes quite well.
Number 15. Who did you go to prom with?
In Russia, we don't have such tradition to go to prom with a partner. So, if talking about prom, there is just usually some party for graduate students, and there are teachers and classmates, and they are just having fun, doing some activities together, and it's not so important as it is in America or Europe to come to the prom with somebody, with a partner, I mean a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Number 16. What classes do you tend to fall behind in?
Well, I tended to fall behind in geometry. I don't know why, but geometry and drawing were really hard for me.
Number 17. What is the best way to catch up with your studies?
I think the best way to catch up with your studies is to go to a tutor, maybe, and take some private classes.
Number 18. Who was the last person that told you off?
The last person that told me off was, well, I think my ex-boss.
Number 19. Who was the last person to yell at you?
Oh, the last person to yell at me was my ex-husband.
Number 20. What do you criticize for most?
I think I criticize people who are not responsible enough, and people who are not respectful enough, and who don't appreciate other people's time.
Number 21. Why did your parents ground you?
My parents grounded me. Well, actually, my parents got divorced when I was just 3 years old, so my mom grounded me for being clumsy, because I was quite clumsy and I could drop something, like to drop a vase, or I don't know, to drop eggs.
Number 22. What do you do when you see someone getting bullied?
When I see someone getting bullied, I try to stop it. I try to interact with both participants of that conflict, and I try to affect the situation somehow. I try to help.
Number 23. What class did you lose interest for over time?
Well, I lost interest for chemistry, because during my first year I really enjoyed it, and I thought that it was a great subject. I was a straight A student there, and I had really good marks, and I really liked it. But then I lost my interest.
Number 24. If you could have an internship with any company, who would it be and why?
If I could have an internship with any company, I don't know what could I do there, but I would like to work in 1-2-Trip. I think it's a great company. Yeah. And I read an article about the CEO of that company, and that's why I would like to try the internship there.
Number 25. Who do you know that has gotten a PhD?
Well, I know one girl who has a PhD, and she's really smart. She's a professor at some university. It used to be a polytechnical university, but now they changed the name somehow. I don't remember the name of the university, but it's near Политехническая subway station.
Number 26. How does someone enroll in a university?
Well, someone usually fills in the application form and sends his documents and certificates to university.
Number 27. Do you prefer to sign up for classes early or late?
Well, I prefer to sign up for classes early.
Number 28. Why do some students take private classes?
Some students take private classes if they understand that they are falling behind the rest of the class, or maybe they need to catch up with the program, or maybe they have just some hard time doing the subject, doing the task on the subject.
Number 29. What is the purpose of dropping in on a class?
Well, the purpose of dropping in on a class is, I don't know, to study it.
Number 30. How often did you skip school?
I never skipped school.
Number 31. How often did you miss a class?
I've missed a lot of classes at college and university, but I never missed any classes at school.
Number 32. Why is it not good to slack off in school?
It's not good to slack off at school because it influences your education and the quality of your education.
Number 33. How important is it to you to get a degree?
For me, it was very important to get a degree.
Number 34. How do you get ready for an exam?
Well, to get ready for an exam, I usually read the material aloud. It helps me to memorize it.
Number 35. What is the best way to defend your thesis?
Well, the best way to defend your thesis is to be prepared for it.
Number 36. What time did you leave school?
I left school in 2004.
Number 37. How do you prepare for a test?
I hate tests and I never prepare for them.
Number 38. How many times should a cast rehearse for a play?
I don't know. I'm not interested in any theatrical classes or studios or rehearsals. I've never tried it, so I don't know how much time does it take to prepare for a play. I think a long time.
Number 39. What is your favorite way to take an exam?
Well, my favorite way to take an exam is speaking.
Multiple choice or writing?
Well, but if to choose between multiple choice or writing, I would choose writing.
Number 40. How do you feel when you pass an exam?
When I pass an exam, I feel happy.
Number 41. What is the most difficult year to go through?
Well, the most difficult... Some people say that the most difficult year to go through is the first year. Some people say that the last year, because you have to prepare for exams and so on.
Number 42. Do you think it is okay to drop a class? Why or why not?
I think it's okay to drop a class. Because if you understand that you are not interested in it anymore and it is just a waste of time, it's better to do it. Why not?
Number 43. Why would a student drop out of class?
Well, sometimes students drop out of class because of bad grades or when they realize that it's not their cup of tea and they want to change their main subject.
Number 44. How do you feel when you fail your exam?
Well, when people fail exams, they usually feel really upset.
Number 45. What grade does your teacher give you most?
Well, most of my grades were excellent.
Number 46. What would you like to succeed in?
I would like to succeed in my career.
Number 47. Who do you know that was expelled from school or university?
Well, a lot of my classmates were expelled, like maybe 10 of them. And 3 of my group mates at university also were expelled.
Number 48. Why do students get kicked out of school or university?
Students can get kicked out of school or university because of bad grades.
Number 49. Where did you graduate from?
I graduated from Linguistic University.
Number 50. What year did you finish school?
I finished school in 2004.
Number 51. When was the last time you went to a graduation ceremony?
The last time I went to a graduation ceremony was in, 2015. No, 2013. Yeah.
Number 52. How would you feel if you had to give a speech?
Well, I hate public speaking as I am quite shy person, and I would feel nervous if I had to give a speech and very uncomfortable.
Number 53. What would you say if you were selected to deliver a graduation speech?
I would try to avoid it if I had to deliver a graduation speech, but if I had no choice, of course, I would do it, but I think I wouldn't have been very successful in it.